Brothers and sisters, I was walking my dog and Yahuwah brought something to my attention. When I take her outside, I put her on a leash. Why? Not because I hate her, not because I want to ruin her walk, not because I don't want her to enjoy herself. I put her on the leash because I can see things she doesn't see. I see the cars. I see the other animals. I see where we're going. I understand dangers she may not recognize. So when she starts pulling against the leash, she may think I'm keeping her from something, when I'm actually keeping her from harm. And immediately I thought, isn't that mankind? We look at Yahuwah's instructions and say, why can't I do this? Why does he tell me not to do that? Why are there so many boundaries? Why can't I just live how I want? And the world tells us freedom means nobody gets to tell you what to do. But Scripture gives us a completely different picture. There is a way which seems right to a man, but its end is the way of death. Proverbs 14:12. We see what's directly in front of us. Yahuwah sees the entire road. Sometimes what we call a restriction is actually protection. Sometimes the commandment we're pulling against is the very thing keeping us from running into destruction. And here's what really got me. Sometimes I let my dog off the leash. She runs. She explores. She enjoys what looks like freedom. But after a little while, she comes back to me, and she'll stand there looking at me as though she's ready to be connected again. That preached to me, because mankind has spent generations trying to get off Yahuwah's leash. Give us freedom. Don't tell us how to live. Don't tell us what's right and wrong. We'll determine truth for ourselves. And look where that kind of freedom has taken mankind. Confusion, lawlessness, brokenness. People becoming slaves to the very desires they called freedom. Yahushua said, truly, truly, I say to you, everyone doing sin is a servant of sin. John 8:34. That's the deception. You can break away from Yahuwah's boundaries and still end up in bondage. Because freedom without righteous boundaries isn't always freedom. Sometimes it's simply enough rope to destroy yourself. David understood something the world struggles to understand. He said, and I might walk in a broad place, for I have sought your orders. Psalm 119:45. Think about that. The world says Yahuwah's commands imprison you. David said seeking his instructions allowed him to walk in freedom. Maybe Torah isn't the cage. Maybe sin is. Maybe obedience isn't bondage. Maybe rebellion is. Maybe the commandments aren't keeping you from life. Maybe they're teaching you how to live. Deuteronomy 30:19-20 puts life and death before us and tells us, choose life. And brothers and sisters, eventually some of us get tired of running. We've experienced enough of doing things our own way. We've pulled against the boundaries. We've wandered. We've chased what looked good. We've learned what happens when mankind becomes wise in its own eyes. And eventually, you find yourself coming back to the Father saying, Yahuwah, lead me. I don't want my own way anymore. Teach me your way. Correct me when I wander. Give me boundaries. Keep me on the narrow path. Because maturity is realizing I don't need freedom from Yahuwah. I need freedom from everything that pulls me away from him. Psalms 119:105 says, your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. The leash isn't the message. The relationship is. My dog comes back because she knows who she's walking with. And that's the question for us. Who are you willing to let lead you? Stop pulling against every boundary Yahuwah established. Stop calling obedience bondage simply because your flesh wants another direction. Sometimes love says, no. Sometimes protection says, don't go there. Sometimes wisdom says, stay close. And sometimes true freedom looks like willingly coming back and saying, Yahuwah, I don't want to walk without you. Lead me. Brothers and sisters, stay close to the Father. Walk according to his word. Stop fighting the boundaries designed for your good. Because the safest place isn't running wherever you want. It's knowing who you are following.